What's up, it's your boy Reemus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the highlight of the fight between Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell, and we're just going to discuss it afterwards. So going into this fight straight away, this is the fight in which it's Ryan Garcia's coming of age, not exactly at the extent of it being a championship fight, but it is the one in which it proves that he can fight at a championship level if he can win. So it's very important for him because it sets him apart from being a prospect who's just fighting tomato cans to a guy who really is to be who should be taken serious. So let's go straight into the fight. The first round started off with typical caginess that you would expect of two guys being, patient and not wanting to rush in. Garcia seemed a bit more eager, but the first strategic thing to notice was that the southpaw Luke, he held his lead hand very high in front of his face and waving it in front of Garcia's face constantly. So this means that Garcia has to find a way to get past it. And there were actually a couple of ways in which he did that. So Ryan would throw the jab to the body. Although Luke did start to counter the jab to the body.
I love this start by the young Ryan.
And one other interesting thing to note was that Ryan was stepping on Luke's toes. Now, again, I don't know if that was on purpose, but if it was, that was very smart. But it seemed as if he was trying to do that to throw Luke off. But I'm not 100% sure of that one.
Well, listen, I've never...
And again, an excited Ryan, he did seem as if he wanted to please, so he pushed forward.
Whenever you see a southpaw,
and in round two, both fighters were patient, but very intent. You could see that they were very focused. And Garcia was throwing more. The earlier work of Campbell's feints seemed to pay off, as he set up a spectacularly accurate punch. And this isn't the first time that Luke has done this. He will wave the hand upstairs or downstairs for his right hand and loop it around to the top. So it wasn't so much a weakness of Ryan, but rather I would say a skill that just worked for Luke. Instantly after Ryan got up, Luke went right back to trying to throw the same shot, but credit to Ryan, he wasn't, falling for the same thing twice, literally. And in rounds 3 to 5, they were all kind of similar, to be honest. Garcia was more on the front foot. He was pressuring Campbell at times, although both generally stood their ground. But Ryan was doing well, throwing a combination of the left hook to the head with a low-level right uppercut. With Ryan coming forward, of course, Luke could land counters, but in fairness to Ryan, he would fade away, and at one point he extended his lead hand, or multiple times he would do that to keep Luke away, and that was a great adjustment to see. In round 5, Luke tried the same shot again, but it wasn't working by this time, and at the end of round 5, going into round 6, Ryan was coming out with guns blazing. He was really intent on making it happen. But it was in round 7 where the end came. So Luke's preference to leave his guard out there, and hold it high so that he could pull with his, hand, it left his body unguarded. Now, it's not as risky as it seems because he basically is just pushing out his line of defense. But, of course, this presented a great opportunity for Ryan to throw the left hook to the body. And you could see that it sucked all of the wind out of him. And even Canelo was impressed. So that was all she wrote. But now after seeing that fight, I have a lot of respect for Ryan. I feel like this was one in which you could say he's proven himself to be more than just the Instagram boxer that, some people are trolling him, for. This was a fight in which he had to prove himself, come through adversity, which he did, and it was very impressive. So now looking forward, now he wants to fight Gervonta Davis. But if he can't get that fight, or even if he can and he wins, He wants to fight Pacquiao after, so he's really ambitious with it. But the one in which I want to see is him possibly fighting Devin Haney in 2021, because now he's the mandatory, basically it means the number one for the WBC title, held by Devin Haney, who is around his age group as well. But I want to know who you want to see Ryan face and who you think he could beat and where he ranks amongst the Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Davis group. So comment down below and let Reemus know. See you in the next one.